We're live at a weird time of the week. How is everyone?
Well, I'm good.
Who all's in here? I'm here. Kim is lurking. Unfinished Project is here. Mohawk 62. We have Lars, Levi. Yeah, Pickup Live. Well, actually, this is Levi's because Buff Del Campo is at 482 subs. He needs just 18 more subs to go to get his 500. And it's upon us, right? And neither
Kim.
Neither Buff nor Kim nor I.
Kim, I need your help.
Can you hear me, Buff?
Yeah, we got a horrible echo. We're trying to get rid of it.
I know why.
Anyway, none of us expected to be live tonight. And so I've got my printer here because I was working on the office. I'm moving stuff around in here. I'm filthy because I was cleaning and scrapping stuff all afternoon. Buff and Kim were working in the shop all afternoon. But you know what? When the 500 moment comes upon us, it is what it is. And you just go live, right? That's how it is. So when it happens, we take it. Who all else is here? Dennet Dreams Garage, Twisted Mopar, Rabbit Transit. My Aunt Nancy, can't get much past her. She sneaked in. And one of them told the other because Mom's here. Wendy's here somewhere, yeah. Jason, it's that 500 moment is upon us for Buff. So he is at, yeah, she says she has spies. Tread lightly when your aunt has spies. Colleen Tebow. All right. Well, he's at 482. So if you're not yet subscribed to Buff Del Campo's channel, it will be a good time to check his channel out and see if it merits a sub. If one of you would be kind enough to post in the chat what Buff's current sub count is. Hey, Riley, you're going to move up one tonight. Because Buff is going to move from the no-name 500 contenders to the alumni section. So then we'll have Big Bad Jones, an indirect connection, Engine Light Garage, Riley's Junkyard and Petting Zoo. Those guys are all coming up next. But right now, Buff is at 482. And since most people here in the chat are probably already subscribed to Buff Del Campo, if you're not, you have an opportunity to fix that now if you'd like. But really, this is a good time to text your friends and say, hey, you ever seen an 8.8 Ford reconfigured for a 66 Dart? Here's a channel that did it, right? If you want to see a highly entertaining teardown on a torque flight, this is the channel.
We do just about anything that's mechanical.
That's right. That's right. So if you would, let your friends know and just say, hey, here's some friends of ours. They're trying to make their 500 subs. And they're at 483. Auto Salvage Outlaws. How's it going, sir? JB's Little Shop. One of these days, JB's going to do a little shop edition and have to change his channel name to JB's Medium Size Shop. I see it coming. Riley's been going strong with the shorts. Yep. Riley, I don't know. I'm just taking a wild guess at it. He's the kind of guy that'll probably like, oh, man, it's 30 days to go. And then kaboom, they'll do something wild and get all their subs. That's the kind of bunch you know will do it. It's just when. Rabbit Transit J. Lars says you're at 484.
Really? I got to refresh it and see what's going on.
Yeah. How
484. It's the highest it's ever been.
Well, I would hope so. I hope we're not going back the other way. Unfinished Project.
That happens. That happens. I've been doing all these shorts and we'll like I'll see it go up 12 and then we'll lose 2. It's like, what happened? You know how that happens.
I was explaining that to Mean Street Mopar today, how YouTube will hold them in the queue. But Lars and Unfinished Project, they're like the men at arms, right? They're the guys who have the spears in front of the castle. So yeah, Levi says sub everyone. I never tell anyone that they should sub or, hey, you should sub to these people. I always just say, go check out their channel. I would appreciate it if you would, and see if they earn your sub. Because when the No Name 500 guys get their 500 subs, there's no clout on that title. You've earned it. But, it's kind of a weird time. We took everybody by surprise going live right now.
You took me by surprise.
Yeah. I sent Buff a message that probably wasn't, spam, right?
Well, we were working last night and mowing the yard until late, and I got in the house and there's a message from you, and I thought, it's too late to call you. And then I remembered that tonight I called you and you said, let's go live now.
Yeah.
Now. Okay.
Boom. We'll just do it.
So we walked down to the house and got in the studio and got everything turned on. And little trouble, but it's all going.
Jim says, how many does he need? I don't know, Men-at-Arms. How many does he need? He was at 482 at the beginning of the live a few minutes ago.
Looks like I'm at 484 now.
484. This is where we ask our friends and we send out messages or a community post or like a Facebook message or Instagram, something like that, and just your group email to your buddies and just say, hey, this is one of our No Name 500 contenders. They're almost at the finish line. Check them out. This is the time for that. Levi says, hey, without trouble, the world will be boring. Levi, as long as you're around, we're not going to have any problem with it. No shortage. I believe there's only been one No Name 500 contender this year that I was not able to catch for a live 500. So this year looks like it should be the year with the highest percentage of No Name 500 contenders going live for 500 with me. And it probably will be the highest percentage of No Name 500 channels to make their 500. It usually is around 70%. I think we're going to beat that this year.
Well, you know what I can do? I can get rid of the AMC in the background. We'll put something else up here.
I thought that was pretty cool. That's the kind of car that Bang with the Golden Gun drove.
Well, what, the AMC?
Yeah.
See, I bought a new Matador. Man, that's how old I am. I bought a new 74 Matador when it came out. It was bright red.
What year was it?
The first year I was in the Air Force. Second year I was in the Air Force. But that was 50 years ago.
Did you say 74?
What's that?
Did you say 74?
Yeah, 1974. I was in the Air Force. Second year in the Air Force. I bought a new car.
I was -3.
You're -3.
Mean Street Mopar. Mean Street Mopar is at 192. Your time is getting close, Ken. Come on, get it in gear. Come on, you can do it. We'll have a 500 live with you too. There's Buick Smith. Buick Smith, he's got a long way to go, but he can do it. He can definitely do it. He keeps making videos like that board track bike. I love that video. Jason says, I was one. You were one what? Were you a No Name 500, Jason? I wasn't thinking so. Several of us were No Name 500 folks before it was cool. But JB, Mohawk, Unfinished Project, all of them were No Name 500 guys. Jason says 1974, he was one. Okay, that's right. Now I got you. Mean Street Mopar's at 198. Well, cool. Turn it up, man. We'll be having the 500 live with you here soon. Got 28 in the house. Pretty good for just randomly going live. There's Hot Rod Guy Garage. Has Buff made it to 590 yet? He's going to be 500 here soon. What we need is for folks to just share it out, Let people know, hey, Clint Brook, how's it going? just let people know that one of our no-name 500 folks is on the verge. And if you're not yet subscribed, it would be a good time to do so. Lars just shared it out to his incredible network of people, including Kid Rock. The Dreams Garage is 755. Kim says, who is next in line for 500? The honest answer to that, I'm not being a smart aleck, is Buff Del Campo, because he doesn't have it yet. But after Buff, who I think you're asking, is Big Bad Jones. Where is Rich? Where is Rich? I actually unblocked him yesterday so that he could comment on the wheel stud video, Jason. I made that video just for him. And he gave me a hard time about the wheel stud having surface rust on it. And I said, there's less rust on the outside of that stud than the inside of your engine. He said, I could leave my studs in the driveway so they could rust like that. I said, why not? It worked for all those girls' bicycles in your driveway. Anyway, it's been fun. I'll probably reblock him, but I wanted him to get in there and get to comment on the video I made just for him. Clint Brooks saw a gorgeous Shelby GT500 yesterday. Cool. Does lithium grease work on spun bearings? We actually saw exactly how well it works on spun bearings. This is exactly how it works. Big Mike's in the house. How's it going? Well, Big Mike, you remember your moment at 500, and now Buff Del Campo is right there. He was at 482 when this live started just a few minutes ago. He was at 484 last update we had. I'm actually not keeping a browser open. I figure.
Well, I got so much stuff open. I'm looking all. Yeah, I'm at 485. I just came up 485.
Yeah, we got 30 people in here. So just say that we didn't plan this at all. Like this plan has not existed 30 minutes. I am filthy. I've been outside just scrapping stuff all day. Buff's been in the garage. Everybody's just been thrashing, and we just came in here. I even have the office in disarray. You see the printers moved back. That's because I'm putting the filing cabinet here, moving the printer forward. Before too awfully long, I really want to have a different studio set up in here sometime by the end of the year, and I think you guys are really going to like what I'm doing. All right, I saw Lunar swinging here.
Lunar.
Big Mike says, go Buff, you can do it. Absolutely.
Lunar's in here.
I see that. Lunar is still fogging the mirror. Now, 486, 487, 488.
Wow.
Yep, you're getting closer. The power of sharing these things, right? And we have people drop in who, let's say they subscribed to you a year ago and didn't realize that YouTube or whatever booted their subscription. I have seen that. So they're like, hey, I didn't even realize that I had gotten unsubscribed somehow. So they fix it.
There are people I know I subscribe to, and I'll go back and I'm not subscribed. Yep. It's like, what?
Exactly.
And I'll resubscribe.
Who knew that Buff was a Lunar fan?
I have known Lunar.
I can see that.
I remember when Lunar went to Uncle Tony's and they did a 318 down there.
Well, how could I forget?
I knew him before then.
Do you really think that I didn't remember that, Buff?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, you were there.
Yeah, I was there.
You were there. I was actually right here. I didn't go down there that day. I think I sent some money for some pizza or something. I remember Tony grinding on heads doing the port job, and then I remember him throwing a piston across the parking lot. Oh man!
Oh, those were the days, right?
Those were the days.
Junkyard D, Outfits Garage. We'll let you guys know what we're doing. Buff Del Campo is on the verge of 500. So as is tradition, we try to get together and do a live when they are about to cross the finish line and get a big cheering section together for them when they get their 500. And this is where we network and tell our friends, hey, we got a channel that's 98% of the way. Check them out and see if they earned your sub.
I say I know Lunar. I have never met him in person. I've seen him on his lives. He's been on my lives. We've talked on the phone. I feel like I know the guy, but never met him in person. You know,
I can vouch. He's a good
I really
dude.
hope he gets to No Name Nationals this year.
Hey, check it out. Did you know that Lunar is 5'2"?
Don't tell me that. Are you just giving him a hard time, or is he 5'2"?
You know.
What's that? You're just giving him a hard time.
Oh,
Give me a hard time.
No, Lunar's a good dude. The shorts challenge, yeah. I've actually picked up, how many have I picked up from that shorts challenge? About 75, something like that.
Oh, we picked up 100 and, I don't know. I'm sure over 100.
Lunar says you're 488. There is Turbo Tom 416, one of the greatest thumbnail logos in all of YouTube. Is that not just the best? Unfinished projects says I'd be better if I had Spam for breakfast. Wendy says I want to buy a bus to redo it.
Another
Would that
bus.
be interesting?
A bus.
Mean Street says the shorts challenge definitely helped. Totally. Yep, I remember that. Colleen sent Lunar a left front frame rail for the satellite. Lunar actually fixed a chassis that was a parts car, and he saved it. That was pretty impressive. A bus is a big project. I agree.
Okay, we'll switch to another Chrysler product.
What do you have there? 57, something like that?
Oh yeah, and that's kind of a special car. It's a 300C, the original 300C from 1957. You know what a fun car that would be back then? Oh man, can you imagine going out and buying that new?
No, sure can.
You know, one of my earliest memories, my father bought a 56 Ford country sedan station wagon, and I was still 2, as a couple of months before I turned 3. And I remember going down there the day he bought it, and I remember the hood was open, and he picked me up, and I saw this huge thing, you know, because I'm a little kid. It was the air cleaner. So when I was 2, I learned what an air cleaner was, because he told me that's the air cleaner. And I knew where the battery was. So
hey,
I started young.
You're at 489 per Vic. Dennis Dream says he likes the shorts challenge. Some get 10,000, some get 100. All of mine have done pretty well. All of mine have got around 1,000 or more, between 1,000 and 11,000, except for one. The paint can short has done next to nothing. What's been your best short so far, Buff?
My best one was, let's see, which one was it? It was the Ford rear end in a Dodge, and we were putting the spring purchase on it.
Big Mike says that short people ought not be trusted because their brains and butts are too close together.
Well, you know, short's not my favorite thing, but as making shorts, I've learned a lot, and you know, I bumped up probably 100 subs, so it's not a bad thing.
Lars says you had 409 on the 4th of June.
409. So, okay, when you brought that up, okay, because it seemed to me I just come out of the 300, so I haven't gone up 100, but I've gone up.
You've gotten 80 subs in You've gotten 80 subs in 19 days.
And we just did another short. After we're finished here, we'll put the other short up.
So the No Name 500 guys who were there and who did it are making all the progress.
Oh yeah, like I said, we gained 80, and we probably lost 3 or 4. which is annoying, but I don't know. Yeah, it's like, who
You
knows?
get them back. You get them back.
Who knows why?
It'll do its audit thing.
Well, right now I'm the highest we've ever been. Yeah.
My Roadrunner short got 11,000 views in 3 hours.
Is that the one with the shock absorber dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah,
11,000 views in 3 hours, and then just stopped.
And that's the way they are. They go, and then flatline.
I did it just for fun, and I'm doing these shorts with you guys just to do them. But Data Dream says, I don't know what works and what doesn't. Yeah, the machine is funny, what it picks up, what it doesn't. I really thought the paint can short would do better. I really did. But, man, it did nothing.
Well, the one that I did that had the least is my Father's Day, and it's just something personal I want to do. I got on there and said, Happy Father's Day. My father's passed away now quite a few years ago. But, I said that, and then both my kids are fathers, so I did a Father's Day short, but of course that didn't go anywhere. What are we looking at here?
Well, Rich's wheel bearing short there. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It got 9,500, and the paint can only got 114. It's probably the worst short I've ever done is that paint can short. That's all right. I'll do another short tomorrow. See what it does.
Well, this one short a day. There's none of this. I'm going to snooze today. I'm not going to do one. No, I've stayed with it, and I did one every day. The first day, I missed it by about a half an hour, but you counted it. I was, I guess in some time zones, I was on time, but we were right up to the line, late in the day.
You know what? On Wednesday, I hadn't done my short, and I was on the live with Dallas that day. And I meant to ask the audience, hey, what do you want me to do a short on? I got 2 hours after this live to do one. And then after the live, I got a text from a Tall Garage Ken. I said, hey, I forgot to ask him what I should do a short on. He says, do one on pause attraction. I think he was kind of being facetious. He was making a joke from the Joe Dirt movie. So I'm like, all right. So I went out there and did one on a Chrysler Sure Grip. I had one apart out there in the shop, so I just laid the parts out and did it. There's Mopar Jeff 604. Mopar Jeff, what we're doing right now is we're in the home stretch for Buff Del Campo to get his 500 subs to punch his ticket to the 3rd annual AHRA No Name Nationals. How many does he have? He was at 489 last we saw, so this is kind of a telethon to see the last 11 and change the title until it takes off. Well, I could. I actually adjusted the title a little bit on the wheel stud short. I don't overthink it, but the way I do a short is I put an outline in my head and hit my marks like I did on the horns.
So how's your dog doing after you put the tire up too high?
He's doing great. I tipped that branch down, and he got it, of course. But
did you get the video of that? If
no, I couldn't because I'm filming with one hand, tipping the branch with the other. But anyway, it was just fun.
Yeah,
just fun stuff. The worst one I've ever done with him only got about 600 views, and that was the dog's eye view of the fair.
Really? I watched that one.
His motorcycle short got about 4,000.
He doesn't like motorcycles, does he?
No, nothing with 2 wheels.
That's really crazy.
Gosh, I pulled in Kroger here a couple days ago. Some dude on a Honda Monkey whips into space in front of me and stops. And, of course, he's about to bark to rock the van over, You're at 490, according to Lars. You're in the home stretch. 10 more to go, Buff. This is it. And yes, Wendy gave him that tire, and he loves it. He chases it daily. I can roll that tire as fast as I can along the ground, and he'll run it down. And he looks like a cheetah running down game on the plains in Africa, just flying after that tire and tackles it. I think it's the greatest thing ever.
491? Really?
Big Bad Jones Buff is at 491 subs. This is his home stretch for 500. And then guess what that means? Guess who's going to be the new leader in the No Name 500? Finger Tight Jones.
Who? I covered you. What'd you say?
Finger Tight Jones. That term, I first heard that term from the Bad Tree Gang. And what that is when they're working on something and all the bolts are loose, they say, it looks like Finger Tight Jones has been working on this. So when I saw Big Bad Jones, that was the first thing that popped into my mind was Finger Tight Jones. But I really like Big Bad Jones' cornet video. He did some good stuff.
Kim was under the dart. We got that rear end in there, and she got all U-bolts all tightened, and I'm handing her tools, the impact and wrench and everything. And then I said to her, "Are the bolts on the U-joint tight?" She goes, "No, I left a wrench on there to remind her to tighten them." So don't drive off with a wrench on the U-joint. But that's a good way to do a finger tight one. Leave a wrench hanging there.
Yeah, I like the idea of laying a clean shop towel on top of your steering wheel when you change the oil, to know that you have put the new oil in and everything before you're done.
Man, I had a guy working for me, didn't put oil in a car.
No.
And it was a Grand Am with one of those little what they call those little 4-cylinders. Those really quick 4-cylinders, the quad 4. And he destroyed that engine.
You're at 493. Big Bad Jones says indirect connection has actually passed me. That's okay. You can pass him right back, It's not over till the checkered flag drops, my man. And then it's not over still. Then we're just beginning to have fun. Then you're in. Then a Dream says, my dad gave me back the 73 Dart Sport on Father's Day under the condition I catch up the other projects before trailering it over. I'm not a Mopar guy. I had a rough time with it last time. Well, I like a 73 Dart Sport. An Unfinished Project loves a 73 Dart Sport. So if you need any help with that thing, let us know.
So, John, of the A-bodies, what's your favorite one?
Well, probably if I had to say what is the greatest A-body Mopar ever made, I'm going to say a 68 Dart. I'll say a 68 Dart 270, but very close to that, or a 4-door.
Yeah, I really like that body style of 67, 8, and 9 Darts. I really like those. And I had a 69 for a while. And the Valiant's a lot like that, but I do like the Dart better. My favorite A-body is probably the 67, 8, or 9 Barracuda, but they're pretty much unobtainium at this point. So I'd like to have another 69 Dart. Really like this.
Then it Dreams, the whole 12 volt, 6 volt. There's no 6 volt on a 73 Dart. Laura says you're at 496.
Wow.
Kim likes the body lines on a 66 Dart. Yeah, I like them. I actually like the look of the 65 Dart really well. I love the look of the 65 Barracuda really well. What I don't like is they're 2 inches narrower in the front between the frame rails. And man, if you A-bodies with headers suck enough. All right, 498.
Wow.
And
wow. Almost there. I'm almost there.
People put this out, and then it comes in. Junkyard D likes the 68 Barracuda notchback. Yeah, I do too. I think those Barracudas are great cars. I really do.
Yeah, it just went to 499.
Yep.
I'm 1 sub away.
2 to go. There's Max Wedge, Dick Dastardly.
501. Man, that one went from 499 to 501.
Project was 500 as always.
Unfinished project was 500.
We know what unfinished project short for the day is going to be now.
You haven't been subbed to my channel yet. Come on.
Oh, you know he already was an unsubscribed, and he's going to have
Unsubscribed,
video proof, of course.
He's the guy that unsubscribed today.
He's going to have video proof. You made it. You're at 501. It's like New Year's Eve. Yeah, exactly. That's why we do it. You got it. Congratulations.
Thanks for the help, everybody.
501.
And John.
Congratulations. Indirect Connection subbed on his OG channel. Yeah, congratulations. Barrow says, now drop the gear and pull this momentum all the way to the 1,000. I predict, though, if you relax a little bit on the on having the numbers, but keep up with the content, you'll get to 1,000 a lot quicker than you think without even trying.
Well,
503.
As you have more subs, they pick up quicker, you know.
Yep, you're at 503. Junkyard D says, good job, well deserved. I agree. And Buff earned it. Buff did his the right way. He earned it. And it's been a blast getting 500 together with you.
Well, so, I got to thank you, John. I wouldn't have gone after all these shorts if you hadn't done that, you know, your whatever you call it. And so I took it seriously. I've been doing one every day.
Big Bad Jones, if you want to do it again next week, turn the nitrous on yourself. We're going to have you over there in this square. Johnny C says, congratulations. Your channel is totally enjoyable. Yes. Well, cool. We've got it. So mission accomplished. And we can hang out a little bit if Buff wants to. It's totally up to you.
I can sit here for a few more minutes. Yeah. I don't think we're going back up the shop. We closed up quickly, hustled down here. And I said to Kim, let's just do it in the studio, which got her, you know, like, oh, you only have a half an hour. And she was scrambled because usually our prep in the studio is at least a half an hour ahead. And there were some unknowns because we've never done the StreamYard on this end. So there were a couple of errors, but we got it straightened out. So I don't think we're going back up to the shop tonight.
Well, if you guys got any questions for Buff, now's the time. Mission accomplished. And so Buff moves to the alumni, and I believe Indirect Connection is now the leader in the No Name 500, and Big Bad Jones is second. And then I think Engine Light Garage with Riley right on his heels.
What numbers do they have?
I know that Indirect Connection and Big Bad Jones are in the low fours, mid fours.
Oh, and it's, you know, if you put content up every day, it'll come up quickly from that point.
Kim says we still need to edit our shorts for today. We won't keep you long.
Yeah, we got to edit shorts because I got a short that's probably got 5 minutes of recording, so I got to get rid of the fluff, and then get it up. But
we'll stick around for just a couple more minutes and let them go so they can get that work done.
I'm looking away here to look what people are putting on. I see Lunar says congratulations. Thanks, Lunar.
Great supporting group. Yeah, great community. It's a great community.
Haven't talked to you in a while, Lunar, but it's good to see you in here.
Well, there's Rich. Rich is in the chat. We were just talking about you. I said I unblocked Rich long enough to comment on the wheel stud short. And he said that the wheels, all he could say was the wheel stud had rust on it. Well, it didn't have as much rust as the inside of your engine.
Hey, you know, you joking around about the inside of an engine. You know that slant we have, that had one hole in it that was, I mean, rust. That was an understatement. And we just honed and honed and honed and honed. And I mean, there's videos of it. And that hole's a little bit big, but the piston to cylinder wall clearance is only 5 thousandths. I mean, it's a little on the loose side, a little looser than the rest of the engine. You know, that thing runs fine. It's not.
People worry too much about that. I asked a guy.
It cleaned up.
I asked a guy who had a Pro Stock short block in his garage out of Pro Stocker. He had so much piston to wall, you could see it. Like, it was substantial. I said, how much wall clearance you running? He said, I don't know, 10, 8 or 10.
Ooh, that's a lot. Yeah.
That's a 10,500 RPM engine. So Lars got the leaderboard up here. Indirect connections at 443. Big Bad Jones is at 440. Riley's Junkyard and Petting Zoo, hilarious name, is at 360. Engine Light Garage is at 348. Max Wedge Dick Dastardly is at 258. Scarlet is at 244. Mean Street Mopar is at 195. Blue Grit Garage 183. And Buick Smith 75. Buick Smith, man, this is like the Smokey and the Bandit. You got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but you can absolutely do it. You just can't let up. Two Hack says loose is good in my opinion. Indeed it is. Keep moving up Riley, right? Just keep after it. You'll get there. But yeah, I said we'd stay live just a couple more minutes. These guys still have work to do to get shorts out tonight. So we'll wrap it up here, in the next minute. How about that? So speak now or forever hold your peace. Finger tight, Jones. Don't forget the anesthesia. I appreciate you being able to be on, Buff. This is
well, I appreciate the help.
This has been fun.
You dragged me out of the dirty shop to come down here and put a clean shirt on and air-conditioned house. It feels good.
I didn't even do that. This is a shirt I was wearing when I was cleaning, scrapping stuff today.
The reason I changed shirts is because I had a green shirt on, and there's a green screen. So what happens if I wear that shirt? If I wear a green shirt on a green screen, I disappear.
Yes, Kim. I got a content creator workshop coming up here in just the next week or two, and then I'm going to have another one about the first part of August. And I've got my 2 guests lined out, and as soon as I get that schedule confirmed, I'll do it top of the week, hopefully tomorrow. I'll get it confirmed. I'll let you know. I've got 2 more in the hopper.
You know who's a great content creator?
Who's that?
Kim. It's amazing. She'll edit one of my videos, and it always does real well. Always.
Chris 103 Custom. He saw my paint can short. Rich, that's a good base for you, that paint can short. You can take that, a few cups of thinner, and you can roll the top of your 57 with a roller and get it white again. Mean Street Mopar says, hopefully I'll be pulling an engine this week for the Diplomat. Stay after it. You can do it. You can still do it. All right, guys. We'll wrap up at the top of the minute here, 10:10. And with that, thanks for coming out on short notice. And thanks for helping Buff get to his 500 subs. So he's going to be racing. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. What are you going to take down the track, Buff?
You know, we discussed that some, and I think we're going to take the 66 Dart, which is why we put the Ford rear end under it, because the back half that with independent suspension is a pretty big project, and we might not get it done in time. So we're just that Dart's going, and then we'll take a chase vehicle with a like a van or something.
Well, I look forward to seeing you guys in Sykeston. Look forward to seeing Buff and Kim in Sykeston. Without, we're out. We'll see you guys again here, I guess, on Friday. And who knows, if Indirect Connection or Big Bad Jones or somebody else gets up close to 500, you may see us pop up again soon. Y'all have a good evening.
Thank you, John.